Do you ever get into arguments with your friend group and every single one of them is against you, but you know deep inside the furthest reaches of your soul that you are correct? Somehow that's happened to me twice in the past week after having never previously occurred in my entire lifetime, because usually I say things and at least some people are like, yeah. To be completely alone on a battlefield of ideas is a sanity draining exercise, but we know the majority doesn't always rule. They called Galileo crazy when he said the sun doesn't revolve around the earth. They called Einstein crazy when he said a bunch of stuff is relative. They called Kanye crazy when he said, well, anyway, now it's my ass on the fire. It's my cheeks that are aflame. It's my rump that's being roasted, but still, I dissent. I'll tell you what happened, and we'll see which side you take. Will I remain a solitary fighter, or will some of you hasten to my rear and protect it from heat? So I went to Fish's house. Fish, who you may know from us streaming together sometimes, he is my IRL friend from high school, and I stayed at his house because I was going to another friend's birthday party in the area. So I'm at his house, and at one point we get McDonald's, and I order a couple McDoubles with no cheese because I don't like cheese on my burgers. I just like ketchup, the meat, and the bun. And I get McDoubles because Daddy likes extra meat in his throat, which is not a euphemism and should raise no eyebrows. I open the McDoubles, and they have cheese on them anyway, because sometimes fast food workers make mistakes, and we should kill them all. I've played many a frantic cooking game in my gamer lifespan, so I felt a portion of the stress that order fulfillers go through trying to make things quickly and give the right stuff to the right customers. The last time I played Cook Serve Delicious, I got halfway through a service and just turned my PS5 off. We should be paid a living wage to play games like that if you're gonna jack with my heart rate all willy-nilly. That said, a lot of fast food workers are suicidal teenagers who don't give a shit about your taste buds and lie about the milkshake machine being out of order for no reason, even though I've gone home from a drive-thru that said that and ordered a milkshake from the same McDonald's through DoorDash and they delivered it no problem. Like, what are these phantom ice cream shortages? Does the machine break for 3 minutes at a time? People like to say that everyone in the service industry deserves your respect, but you'll be clocking individual exceptions to that rule pretty consistently as you continue to be entirely disregarded as a paying customer. You think someone cares if they got your order wrong, if they think God got their order wrong? Anyway, I still ate the McDoubles with the cheese on them because now that I'm an adult who pays for their own food, I'd be surprised at what I can tolerate when the alternative is throwing money in the garbage. Picky eaters all go through this same reckoning when they leave the nest. There's no more, ew, I don't like that. There's just, damn it, I have to survive. So despite me eating the burgers regardless, cheese and all, Fish and his wife Lily remark upon my supposedly retarded eating habits for wanting ketchup only to begin with, and it's the usual jeering I've come to expect anytime I say or do anything because our friend group is composed exclusively of full-time ballbusters, myself included. It is not for the weak. And it is probably not good for long-term mental health, but I've lived in the jungle long enough to tangle with orangutans and assorted reptiles. So this is whatever at the time, but then a couple days later we get on our private Discord that like 8 of us are in, and it's brought up by Lily in a share with the class moment that I, quote, ordered a cheeseburger without cheese, in like a who orders a cheeseburger without cheese kind of way. This is where our philosophical quandary takes off, because I dispute this. I did not, in fact, order a cheeseburger without cheese. I ordered a burger, full stop. Now, every single other person in that Discord, except one, God bless Cutter, is like, no, you ordered a cheeseburger. And I'm like, at no point should cheese have ever touched that burger, and a burger without cheese cannot possibly be called a cheeseburger. Let's explore this from different angles. They will sit here and tell you till the pink slop cows come home that the menu item of the McDouble as a concept comes with cheese by default and is therefore considered a cheeseburger by virtue of the idea alone, and that if you order a cheeseburger and remove the cheese from said cheeseburger, it was still a cheeseburger when you ordered it. I do not disagree with the fact that a McDouble is canonically a cheeseburger if you only ever look as deep as its picture on a website, but I did not order a cheeseburger because what I envisioned as a paying customer who deserves fresh, made-to-order food is that a burger would be created piece by piece from scratch with 2 buns, 2 meat patties, and a generous splash of ketchup, and at no point in that scenario does cheese ever enter the equation. In an ideal order, a fast food worker is not simply taking an already made McDouble and just scraping shit off of it. I know that that sometimes occurs, but it's not what I ordered. You don't walk up to the drive-thru and go, hey, give me something cold with traces of shit I don't like. You don't walk up to a drive-thru at all. It's a drive-thru. The guy behind you will run you over and then try to pay at the wrong window, the latter being the more embarrassing blunder. But Albino, if you DoorDash a McDouble, for example, you have to select remove cheese as an option in order for it to not come with cheese, so you are effectively removing cheese from the imaginary unmade McDouble in a metaphysical sense. Therefore, every McDouble in its potential state always has implied cheese on it, so you're ordering an implied cheeseburger. Nope. I don't care about invisible, yet-to-be primordial thought cheese, okay? The burger, the real burger, as an individual entity that I put in my mouth and taste on this physical plane of existence, is not a cheeseburger and was not ordered to be one. I did not order a cheeseburger. You can't have a cheeseburger that has never known cheese. It's like someone saying, yeah, I'm a Christian, but I've never once believed in God. Okay, then no, you aren't, and weren't, and haven't been, and still won't be. Nobody listened to me as I delivered hastier, improvised versions of some of these arguments in the moment, and I literally had to leave voice chat for a few minutes because I was getting so heated at people acting like what I was saying didn't make sense while they were writing their menu point until the batteries died. Like, I already fucking acknowledged that shit, dude. The menu item is conceptually a cheeseburger. You're locked in on the burger as part of a group, but you're gonna pay zero heed to the burger as an individual? That's the philosophy of racism, my man. Your cheeseburger argument is literally Hitler. I don't order McDoubles that perpetuate stereotypes, okay? The next argument arose soon after. Fish used to do Minecraft building competitions with his audience a long time ago, and he's coming back with another one in a couple days as I type this. That may have already happened by the time I speak this, but so we were discussing the categories for how it would be judged, because we're gonna be, or already did, be judges, and Pyro was in the VC coming up with stuff. You may know Pyro as Pyroclast, a mod on my streams who donates a fair bit and has horrible taste in games because he doesn't like Dave the Diver and he thinks Breath of the Wild is the worst Zelda game. So Pyro says creativity as one of the categories, and it's like, okay, yeah. And then immediately after that, he suggests uniqueness as the next category, to which I say that is the same thing. And everyone who got nowhere near the percentiles I got in language arts on the SATs just went no in unison, like they were about to break out into song. Bro. These two things go hand in hand. They might as well be Siamese twins. Explain to me how it's possible for someone to use a large amount of creativity to make something that isn't unique, or for someone to make something incredibly unique that wasn't creative at all. By fucking definition, how can something unique not be made creatively? It's unique because it's creative. It's creative because it's unique. Like, hello? Positive or negative. They fire on the same cylinder. If something is uniquely bad, it's creatively bad. It sure took some creativity to make that thing so uniquely bad. Let's say the theme of the Minecraft build is Mario, and somebody builds Mario. Conceptually, not unique, and therefore conceptually not creative. But what if they do Mario in a way that is creative? What if he's swinging a golf club at a cheap like it's a golf ball, and they build that whole scene? Pretty creative, and nobody else probably thought to do that, so also pretty unique. But the thing is, if literally everybody else also had that same thought, thereby making it not unique, well then I guess it wasn't that creative after all either. 7 people all do the same specific thing, there must be something in the zeitgeist to account for that, and if everyone's following it, then you're achieving neither of these aspirations. Once the uniqueness is gone, so too is the creativity. They both hinge on how many other people have the same ideas. The first tier list ever made was unique and creative. Every tier list since then, neither unique nor creative. Everyone's doing tier lists, man. I don't care if yours is about which Smash Bros characters would say the N-word. It's still a tier list, and your creativity is trapped under the low ceiling of a common trend. They are tethered together, and it is redundant to judge them separately. But for some reason, I'm the protagonist of a fucking Jubilee video, one sane person against 20 droolers. It's a heavy burden I carry, but I will shoulder it and soldier on. I stayed up till 5 a.m. typing this, but I'm not bothered at all. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Watch all my other videos while ordering a not a cheeseburger, and I'll see you guys next time.